she's going to create a Tinder profile as a man, and she will be messaging women for a week as this man to try and get dates. Her goal is to get 2 dates and 2 phone numbers. So 2 different women have to say, yes, you're hot, you're sexy, I'll date you. And 2 separate women also have to say, here is my freaking phone number. So you're telling me that if you swipe right 10 times, 9 of those swipes are gonna result in matches?
Yeah, pretty much.
This is gonna be an interesting week then, isn't it? All right, and just out of curiosity, when you're messaging guys, like how's that for you?
When I message guys?
Yeah, like when you're messaging on an app, what's that like?
I mean, usually like I let the guy message first. And then, I don't know, I mean...
Is there something you find difficult or have any issues with?
Not really, I don't know. What do you mean?
Okay, the very fact that you don't know what I mean kind of proves the point I'm making. So effectively, she is so used to men messaging her back on apps that she doesn't even get what I mean when I say, what's it like for you messaging people? I don't actually like, I message guys and they respond. I just say something and they reply to me.
Pretty much,
All right then, this is gonna be an interesting week. So yeah, just to clarify, so she's got a 5-day challenge. We're gonna create a profile now as a man. She will be messaging women. We're in the middle of London, one of the most exciting happening cities on earth. She's going to be messaging women in London as this man. She needs to get 2 phone numbers and 2 dates. Let's go.
And I saw another one.
Emojis are sexy. I see. You're just too sexy, right?
Yeah. I don't know, what do men usually write in their profiles?
What do women want to see in a man's profile?
Good question. I don't know, I didn't say that it's hard to meet a guy, but for me it's hard to meet a good guy.
Oh. What sort of guys
I
are you
guess.
meeting?
Like, I don't know, I just want a guy that is not a fuckboy. So we are going for the name Michael.
Okay.
Good name?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, Kieran would be a better name, but whatever.
Nah, I think Michael is better.
Yeah, is that right?
Second shows he's playing instrument. Third shows he's
In shape.
In shape, yeah. He likes to travel, and you know, he's wealthy, owns a car, has a suit, and he's social, has friends. What more do we want? So should I write a message straight away, or should I let them wait a little bit? Like, what would be the first thing to write?
You tell me.
Other than, hey.
How many messages have you sent?
None.
Why?
Because I don't know what to say. I'm thinking. I'm still thinking.
Okay.
Thinking about something good, something catchy. Something that girls can't resist.
I see.
Yeah.
Right, any ideas?
Not yet. I'm gonna keep thinking. I'm gonna come up with something. Don't you worry.
You got matches, but no one messaged you.
That's right. I was surprised. Yeah, because normally, you know, if you get matches as a girl, you wait for the guy to message, so...
But then you looked in your match list and you didn't see any messages. And what was that like when you're like, oh, okay, so I need to send messages?
Yeah, I was like, okay, well, guess I have to pants on now, so I need to send messages, and... Yeah, I didn't really know what to say. So then I was wondering if I should just send the same message to all the girls. You know, from a girl's perspective, I'd hate that. I'd be like, no, of course not. Like, send me an individual message, but like, from the guy's perspective, yeah, it's kind of hard.
Okay, you're a traitor to the female race.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have came up with unique things for each and every one woman.
But it was really hard. I was actually looking for things that I could come up with. So yeah, it was hard to find something to like say to that person specifically, like in the bio and stuff. I was looking for it, but it's kind of hard. Well, basically, like, it's tiring to think about a good message to send to every girl, and then, like, kind of, you know, just hoping that they're gonna respond, and, like, knowing that the chance is very low. Yeah, it's tiring.
It's kind of demoralizing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually, just to clarify as well, so right now you sent out how many messages? Like 40?
I've got 39 matches, meaning someone unmatched me already. So, yeah, 39 matches, and I had, I think, 3 or 4 girls replying to them.
Alright, so you've messaged everybody?
Yes.
Everybody?
Yeah.
You've messaged everybody?
Yeah, but I had even more. I had like 42 matches or something.
Okay, so you had 42 matches, 3 girls have unmatched you, you've messaged everybody,
Yeah,
and you have got
like 3 to 4 replies maybe.
3 to 4 replies.
Yeah.
And 1 girl actually unmatched you. One girl you were talking to, it was going quite well, and she just randomly unmatched you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she was a bit like full on.
Yeah?
Like she basically wanted to marry me. Right? So, and then I haven't responded in like 2 hours, and then she just unmatched me.
Something I found to be interesting about Miss Full On, who wanted to marry you, was you knew that she was being very full on and that she really wanted to find like a man to marry, but you were so stressed at not having any girls reply that you still entertained a conversation with her anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's the situation a lot of guys find themselves in.
Yeah, I get it now.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like a dick for doing this, but I'm drowning, I'm lost at sea, I need something. But yeah.
Well, the attention was nice, I guess.
So, yeah, another thing you said was that you're surprised that nobody messaged you back.
Well, yeah, so I expected, like, I didn't expect everyone to message back, but I also didn't expect no one to message back. You know, like, I thought maybe half would message back.
Yeah.
I didn't think that it was gonna be that hard.
Did you feel rejected at all?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, like, if I was a guy, then yes. Then yes, you know, yeah.
Well, it's funny because then after that you said, oh my God, it's good to be a girl.
Yes. Yeah, no, it is good.
Oh. And then you also said that you feel like you were wasting your time. Here's another one. You said, why would they match me if they're not going to respond?
Yeah, well, I don't know, like from the girl's perspective, like I do that too, you know, I match and then I don't respond. But from the guy's perspective, it's like why? Like why would they? But from a girl's perspective, I don't know, I guess it's not such a big deal.
It's either 80 or 90% of women on apps are actually going after the top 20 or 10% of male profiles, or 20 or 10% of men in general. So 80% of guys are being completely ignored. And what it then means is that it's not really about communicating as a human being and getting to know the person. You wish it could be, but it kind of isn't, because when you do that, then you get...
Yeah, keep that. Keep that.
Okay, but you just touched me without my consent. Okay.
I don't need your consent.
You really do, okay? I'm a sovereign being. You don't do that without asking. Okay?
Oh, really?
Yes. So if you want to touch me, if you want to touch me, on camera, off camera, what you do is you say, Kieran, and I'll say, yes, you go, could I please touch you?
That's the first time.
I'll think about it.
That's the first time I'm hearing that.
Shush. Anyway, so as a man, you're messing up the mic. Thank you. As a man on an app, it's like you can't come at it from the angle that people wish that you could, which is, hi, I'm a human being and you seem like a human being. you seem like a decent human being. I would like to get to know you. Because if you look at the messages that you sent, I might have some on screen, they are very nice messages.
Yeah.
They're the kind of messages that people tell you to send. Yeah?
Well, yeah, I tried a few different techniques. But yeah, I guess I did send like a normal message like, hey, how are you? You look beautiful. But I sent that because as a girl, maybe I'm an exception, I don't know, but I'd rather receive a message like that than like some stupid, joke or something, I don't know.
While she's been going through this challenge and me getting more and more frustrated by the day and slowly losing the will to live. And slowly wanting to tear her hair out. At some point she heard me on a coaching call with a client, and this client used a line, it was like this used many lines, but one of them was something like, oh my God, Spotify didn't tell me that you're the hottest single of the week, was it something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Your messages, they need to feel real and authentic, but at the same time they have to be stimulating enough to make her want to speak to you. So it's tough because, say, the guy who created that Spotify line, which we'll have on screen, that guy right there, he tried saying hello and hi and how's it going and blah, blah, blah. So that doesn't work. So it's like, all right. So I've got to come up with something. And then he uses a Spotify line, and like maybe it works once or twice. But then after a while, it's like, oh, hold on. That just looks like that's a canned line that you didn't create for me. So then, it's this tough thing where you're trying to be interesting while still being real and authentic. And the question on Antonia's lips is, how the heck do you do that? And, well, that's what I'm going to show you next. Woman, you said to her, hey, how's it going? You look beautiful, by the way. Now, she responded, but I'm pretty certain that the reason she responded is because she was so blown away by the profile that we'd created of that gorgeous man that she was in love with that man. That's what I believe, because of the 40 or so women that you messaged, only 4 actually replied, and she was one of those 4. So this isn't really a good strategy to use, and the reason why it isn't is because, number one, you just said like, how's it going? And that's a question. When you're asking questions, you're taking value. So a question, if I say to you, how do you feel about Brexit? What you now need to do is you need to sit down and you need to think, and you need to go, how do I feel about Brexit? Then you need to put it all together in your head, and then you need to care enough to actually type it and send it back to me, right? Yeah. I'm not really giving you anything. But as I've said to you before, if I said to you something like, it is colder than an Eskimo's nutsack, now in your mind you're picturing the Eskimo, you're picturing his nutsack, you're picturing it being freezing, and there you go. And you might find that really dumb and stupid, or you might love it, but I've given you something. And if you're one of the people who loves it, you're gonna go and then you're gonna be compelled to respond. When you ask questions, you're not really doing that. That's number one. Number two, you said you look beautiful, by the way. And opening with compliments is a bad thing, because pretty much every man on an app is doing that. For instance, when you have men messaging you, are they not mainly saying you look amazing?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. And you think it's unoriginal, it's boring, etc.
Well, I just want it to be nice. I just want it to be nice.
But compliments are nice. But every man is complimenting you. Do you reply to every man?
No.
There we go. There we go. That's kind of the point. So you really don't want to be doing that too much. So the whole goal with messaging is to emotionally impact the woman so that she feels like she has to respond because she wants to get to know you. When you're sending compliments, it kind of seems like white noise. Anyway, she responds and she goes, oh, thank you. I'm good, thanks. And you? You go, I'm good too, still alive, because you got that from me. Then you said, so you're from Gran Canaria. Again, if she wasn't so into you, she would have stopped responding. She'd be like inclined to stop responding. So she goes, yeah, I am, but living in London at the moment. What about you? You then said, I knew you don't look 100% English. What brings you to London? Yeah, I'm from Birmingham originally, but living in London as well. Then she goes, ha ha ha, really? Both my housemates are from Birmingham. See, here's the thing. Again, she is so swept up behind the image of the guy that she's messaging that it's keeping this whole interaction alive. Like, for instance, you said, are you still, so you're from Gran Canaria, and she says, yeah, living in London, but what about you? Most guys at this point, if they answered this question in the way it was intended, they would actually kind of lose a woman, because when you're messaging, the goal is to keep the conversation fun.
Yeah.
Keep it fun, so that she's constantly looking at your messages and feeling an emotion. She's laughing, she's curious, she's aroused, she's duh. Once you really start like accurately depicting reality, then it becomes boring. Because like, oh, I live here, and where do you work? Oh, I work at this place, and I do this, and I do this, and I do this. Then you start to lose them. But a trick that, or something that kind of screws men over, is that women will often do things that are designed, well, not designed, but they set you up to make the conversation boring.
Yeah.
So she, like you, well, she says, oh, so what about you? So 99 guys out of 100 will then answer that question logically, and then the woman will be like, oh, this conversation isn't going anywhere. But she has just asked him where she's actually from. And again, this woman is responding, but the vast majority didn't. But anyway, so she goes, her housemates are from Birmingham. She then says she came here to study a master's in criminology and forensic psychology. She then says, yes, no, she doesn't look English at all. You then said, oh, that's funny. I guess you'll need to introduce me to your housemates one day. Oh, yeah, okay. Now you're starting to flirt. There you go. There you go. Now, of every single thing you said to her, this is, in my opinion, the best thing that you said. And I'll tell you why. Because when you said you'll need to introduce me to your housemates one day, now the conversation isn't logical. In fact, the whole basis of flirting is effectively when two people are attracted to each other and they're having a conversation, and the actual content of the conversation is a smokescreen for the attraction. So there's the fact that they're attracted, but they're not directly addressing it. They're actually directly addressing this other thing, but deep down they know that it's the attraction. For instance, no, don't push me. Well, if you push me, I'm going to push you back. Well, if you push me, I'm going to push you harder. Things like that. Really, it's like, I'm into you, you're into me, but we're not saying that. We're talking about the pushing. So this was good. And then you then said, wow, masters in criminology and forensic psychology, that's interesting. You didn't need that. Actually, the comment about introducing her or you to her housemates was good. Here's another thing as well. When you said this, she's going to imagine like you meeting her housemates, and she's also going to imagine what would happen in order for her to, or Michael, to meet her housemates, which means you have to meet up on a date. The date has to be successful. There's probably some tension in the air. Maybe you kiss. Maybe more happens. Maybe you meet again and again and again. At what point do you meet her housemates? Are you boyfriend and girlfriend when you meet the housemates? All of these little thoughts are going to come into her head as a result of you saying that. So, there we go. So then she goes, maybe one day if you're lucky enough, with a little wink. Then she says, I guess you're working here, right? Reason this conversation needed to end here is because we were basically catfishing and we got called out for it. So as you can see on screen right here, this is the woman that called out Antonia, aka Michael, for catfishing. So we then decided to use photos of me for the duration of the challenge. But one thing I will say to you is you did not come across as a dick. You did not.
Thank you.
No, you didn't. You came across as a good person. Yeah. And there is value in that. There's a lot of value in that. Okay, that's not nothing. There's really not nothing. And that's a huge part of why you got so far with her. Also, I am willing to bet my left testicle. There you go. Yeah. I'm willing to bet my left testicle.
The left one.
That she would have given you her number and met you for a date, even though you didn't get a chance to ask.
Yeah.
Seriously, she would have. So I'm willing to give you this one. Yeah, there you go.
1 point.
So women who responded. Okay, so there's another woman who responded, and she was Miss Needy, and she was like very full on, and she really wanted a boyfriend.
Yeah, she
In
wanted
fact,
a boyfriend.
Actually, I think she wanted a husband.
Yeah,
She
but
didn't want a boy, she wanted a husband.
well, she said boyfriend, but yeah.
And she unmatched you after, I don't know, a good few messages. You were messaging back and forth, and she unmatched you out of the blue.
Yeah, because I didn't respond in time.
Yeah,
I guess.
which is something that can happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, as a man, you have to be interesting, but not too interesting. You have to respond on time, but not like so fast that it feels like you're being needy or what have you. But that actually can happen. And the truth is, I think she would have given you her phone number as well.
Yeah.
I think she would have.
Well, I mean, we agreed already. Like, basically, like I asked her if she wanted me to show her around, or like I suggested that I could show her around, and then she was like, "Yeah, I would love that."
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That is true, but
then I haven't responded to that in like 2 hours, and then she unmatched me.
Yep, so I'm not counting it because she unmatched you. She decided after communicating.
She was gonna go on a date with me.
She decided after communicating with you that she wanted nothing to do with you whatsoever. She wanted you out her life. That does not count. Now, next one, we got someone, and this was a woman. Actually, no, I'm gonna back up a little. So you were struggling from being ghosted because, again, we've looked at times when she did get responses, but by and large, Antonia was just being ghosted constantly. And you heard me on a coaching call. On the coaching call, I then said, something that you want to do is look at the woman's profile and then work out something to say based on what you can see in her profile. You were there eavesdropping in the background, and then you decided to use it, and you did to good effect here, where this woman was French, and then you said, there's only one thing I can say in French. Would you like to know what it is? And then she said, tell me, haha. Now, before I continue, what do you know how to say in French?
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
I knew it. I absolutely
What
knew
else?
It was, yeah,
What
it wasn't going to be
Come
anything.
on.
Exactly, it wasn't going to be anything decent. Anyway, so she said, tell me, haha. And at this point, you had kind of lost the will to live.
Yeah.
And you were pissed off.
Yeah. I was
So
like,
you-
this is not going anywhere.
Yeah, so she
Whatever.
gave up. This is like right before the end of
Yeah.
the... Yeah, so you didn't even bother to follow it up. Next one, so this woman said that... What did she say? She said that she bet you would be laughing on her date. You'd be laughing on a date with her or your money back.
Yeah,
That was in her bio.
In her bio, yeah.
Yeah. So then your first message was, I bet you'll be laughing more. Because you're using
Good one, right?
my tips. It was a good one. No, I like that, right? I like that. And so did she, because she said, I like your energy, Mike. Then you said, I might like yours even more. Like so. Now, here's the thing. I do not believe for a second that this woman decided that she was never going to speak to you again. I don't believe that. I believe that if she was here, she'd be like, oh my God, I forgot. Or, what? Yeah, like, I don't think her opinion of you changed. But something that guys need to be aware of, and I say this all the time, when you're messaging a woman on some sort of app, you're not, like, you're competing with a ton of things. So you were competing with every other man who messaged her on that app. If she's on Bumble, you're competing with all of the Bumble guys. If she's on Hinge, you're competing with all the Hinge guys. You're competing with guys in Instagram. You're competing with her ex-boyfriend who's trying to get her back. You're competing with her dad, her mum, her brother, her bestie. You're competing with the WhatsApp girls group that she's in. You're competing with YouTube. You're competing with Netflix. So your messages have to be more entertaining than all of that to get her attention, right? When you said I might like yours even more, it's totally nice. And like back in the day before dating apps were so proliferant that there were so many people on it and there was such competition, that'd be totally fine. But when you said you might like hers even more, now you've removed like the tension, because like tension is key and integral to this whole thing. Like, oh, does he like me? Does he not? Oh, I don't know. It's kind of exciting that Instead, you've just removed the tension by saying that. And then as a result, I believe in the moment she wasn't emotionally compelled to respond. That's it. But if all I would then say is, like, there's a couple of things you could do to just follow up. So one message would just be, are you always this talkative? If you just sent her that, she'd most likely respond and go, oh my God, I'm sorry, but blah, 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 work. Or you could say, are you divorcing me already? And she'd be like, oh my, no, there's no divorce. Don't be silly, blah, 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 blah. But 100% you could have got this woman back. You matched a woman who I know is wonderful because she shares the same first name as my mother. Right? So this woman has to be great. So then you said, hello, Kieran's mother. You did. This was exactly what it says. How is your day going? You look beautiful, by the way. So again, like, you're asking questions which aren't necessarily exciting. To say how is your day going, the only way you would emotionally move her with that would be if she had the greatest day of all time. If she happened to have a freaking amazing day, then that's a great thing to ask. If she just happened to go to work and she had a shit day or a boring day, then it's, you know what I mean, it's whatever. And then you've closed it off with a compliment saying you look beautiful, by the way. Now, she liked Michael enough to be like, hi Michael, had quite a busy day today, how are you? Now here's the thing, she's setting you up to make the conversation boring by asking you how you are. So you don't really want to just answer it directly, which you didn't do, but still, you don't want to just answer it directly and leave it at that. You want to add something fun to give her more reasons to smile. You then said, I'm good, still alive, smiley face. I wonder what smart, wonderful, amazing, charismatic man you know in your life.
I came up with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Alright, sweet.
Obviously.
Sweet. Yeah, obviously. So then you said, so you say you're a foodie. What kind of food do you like so I can see if we're compatible? Now, what I like here is that her profile says that she's a foodie. So you're referencing that when you message her, which is very good because you've made it relatable to her. But then you've asked what kind of food she likes, which is now, again, you're putting onus on her to make the conversation interesting. So you might have said something like, Thai food or pizza, one's gotta go, choose wisely. So now she pictures Thai food, she's picturing pizza, she's picturing someone holding a gun to the head of Thai food and pizza, and now she needs to choose which one's going to die and which is going to survive, right? And it's all on her. Choose wisely. Why does she need to choose wisely? Is it because Michael, unlike every other guy on Tinder, won't date her unless she fulfills a certain criteria? You haven't directly said it, but you have implied it. It's kind of fun. It's a bit of a challenge. So I might do something like that. Alright, so this one here, you said, I'm going to make you laugh on our first date. If not, you get your money back, deal. Now, why did you say that?
I just thought it was funny to see it on this other girl's profile. And then I thought I'm going to use it as well.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'd say it is funny, but how can I put this? What am I going to say? Go on.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
going to make you laugh on our first date. It implies that you're trying to prove that you're going to win her over. Basically, it's like, don't worry, on our first date, I promise you it will be amazing. I promise you I will make you laugh. It positions her as being the prize. If not, you get your money back. Deal. So the implication is that on the first date, your job on the first date is just to make her laugh. And that you don't necessarily care about her entertaining you because the presence of her on this date is wonderful and amazing, and that's it. That's actually all you need. And she doesn't want that. She wants a guy. She wants to meet a man who she's like, whoa, like, this guy's amazing. You're like, am I good enough for him? Like, does he like me? She wants that. She doesn't want to meet a guy who's gazing up at her like, oh, look at this goddess. I will do anything for this goddess. She might settle for a man like that when she's running out of options because she's getting older. But that's not what gets her going right here. And that's kind of what's implied with this first message. Next one. I don't have an Irish accent, but I am going to make you laugh on our first date. Which one is better? So again, I'm guessing she said something about liking men with Irish accents. So what you said is, hey, I don't actually have what you want, but I have this. So it's more of the same thing. It's called like qualification. You are qualifying yourself for her. And in like the subtext is that she's above you.
Yeah.
If the subtext,
True.
that's the subtext, and it's really subtle how this stuff works. It's very subtle. How, like, just with words you can imply things, but that's what's going on. Now, this one you said nice movie taste, but is your food taste just as good? So an issue that I have with this is that, so on the one hand this is good because you're not like supplicating, but on the other hand you're being directly kind of confrontational almost. Well, not confrontational, but you're directly saying, is this as good as that? And you want to kind of imply it. So in times when you say, if you don't do this, you will not be good enough for me, then they will usually go, oh, well, go fuck yourself. It needs to be kind of implied, so like they're kind of unsure, but you've kind of made this kind of direct. So I figure she'd take it this one of two ways. She's either gonna take this directly and go, okay, yeah, whatever, like I don't have to prove myself to you, or she'll see it as a joke and not necessarily find it that funny. That's kind of what I think.
So what could I have said instead?
Nice movie taste, but is your food taste as good? Compare two movies, basically. So it'd be like Titanic or Wild Wild West. Which is best? There you go. There you go. That'd be more better. Yeah. There you go. So now she's imagining Titanic, and what woman doesn't love Titanic? And Wild Wild West. Which one? Again, like, you know, paint images in her mind. So we have another one where you said, hey, how's your day going? Your about me sounds just like me. So, when you said your about me sounds just like me, what you're essentially saying is, hi, I think we could be soulmates. You're amazing. I look at you and I think you're totally amazing. By any chance, do you also think I'm amazing? And as I've said a few times, it's like you don't really want to do that, because if you appear to be sold immediately, then she will be less sold on you. And it's kind of sad that you need to do all of this stuff or even think about it, but it's kind of the way it is. Let's see if you like my sense of humour. What happens if a cop gets into bed? Now, firstly, what does happen if a cop goes into bed?
He becomes an undercover cop.
Yeah, that's quite funny. But yeah, that doesn't appear to be real at all. So she'd read that and think, you know, it's fake, blah blah blah. Just grab that from a website. Da 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 da.
I do think she said something about sense of humor is key or something. That's why I said that.
Ah, I see. Okay, well, here's the thing. Ooh, all right. So here's the thing. So on her profile, she goes, I want a man with a sense of humor, right? So naturally, you then go, oh, you want a man with a sense of humor? Well, I've got a sense of humor.
Okay.
Let me hit you with a joke. But here's another thing. So there's a thing called frames, right? And let me explain frames to you. So you have, the best example I can give you is you got two boxers, and they're about to have a boxing match, right? Boxer A and Boxer B. Boxer A says, I'm the greatest fighter on earth and I will destroy you. Boxer B says, no, I'm the greatest fighter on earth and I will destroy you. They both say the same thing. Then they look at each other and they have a stare down. At some point, one of them's going to crack. The one who believes in himself least will crack, and the other one will become dominant, and they'll both kind of feel it, right? It's called a frame. Now, women want to meet a man with a stronger frame than them. That's what they want. A man whose world that they're going to slot into. Now, her frame is that she wants a man with a sense of humour, right? That's her frame. When you then go, hey, I've got a sense of humour, what are you doing?
I don't know, like I'm going into her frame.
Yes, that's exactly it. You're entering her frame, right? But by entering her frame, you are not in yours, which then means that she's the dominant one in the interaction. So even though you're giving her what she wants, it's bad, because the underlying thing that she wants, which hasn't even been mentioned, is a man with a stronger frame than hers. So the only way that you could show that you had humour while still retaining that would be to basically just happen to display it. You just message her about whatever the heck you message her about, but you be funny. So she's like, whoa, I've met this cool guy, strong guy who's doing his own thing, who just happens to be funny. Yeah? So you wouldn't say, hey, I'm funny. You would just be funny in their presence. And then she'd be like, oh, it's really funny. Would you like to share pasta with me? Eating it on my own can get cannelloni sometimes. All right.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny.
It is, but again...
She didn't think so.
I bet she probably did. She probably did, but she's like, how many girls has he sent this to? You know? Have you ever asked yourself that?
I mean, I did send it to a few.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. So yeah, she probably thought that. So that is it. So yeah, how do you feel?
I feel relieved that it's over. Yeah, it was very interesting to see it from a guy's perspective. It's definitely easier as a girl.
Something you said it's good to be a girl.
It's very good to be a girl, yes. Girls are privileged when it comes to dating.
Well, yeah, that's why we did this, really. Because not a lot of people know what things are actually like for guys in the modern dating marketplace. And something I want to say to people who are watching is because, see, a few months ago, like last year, there was a certain outlet that wrote an article about us, calling us misogynists and saying that we hate women and blah 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 X, Y and Z, and a bunch of stuff that really isn't true. And the thing is this, when you were like messaging those women, at first you were saying things that the world wanted you to say, right? And you got no response. You're getting completely ignored. And all around the world there's men doing that and they're being completely ignored, and it just breaks into the core. Here's another thing. You had a top tier male profile, so you got tons of matches, right? Most guys don't have a top tier profile. So most guys aren't getting tons of matches at all. They maybe get a few matches a week. Then of those few matches a week, they can't get dates because they keep getting ghosted, right? Then, and here's the thing, it makes you feel lonely, it makes you feel isolated, it makes you feel like you're not good enough, it makes you feel like you're basically trash. And that's something that a lot of guys struggle with. And they don't know how to meet women, let's say, in the streets or in bars and clubs or And there's an epidemic of male loneliness. And you're expected to just know this stuff. And what we do is we help guys who are in situations that we used to be in, and we show them how to navigate the turbulent and difficult dating world of today. Because as a man, if you're on a dating app and you don't have a strategy around it, you're going to fall flat on your face. As a man, every picture that you have needs to be there for a purpose, to show certain things about yourself as a person. When you message, you have to have like psychology in mind, and every message is there for a purpose. To be funny but not so funny that you seem like a clown, to be sexy but not so sexy that you're creepy, to be interesting but not so interesting that you feel like weird or what have you, to lead the interaction along but at a pace that the woman feels comfortable with. That is tough to do. Hence why Antonia here had 5 days texting or messaging on Tinder as a man and was like, fuck this, I don't want to do this anymore. Didn't you?
Yeah.
Exactly,
for
right?
Sure.
Wants to go back to being a woman. Now imagine if that was you for 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had 5 years. I jumped on Tinder first in 2016, right? Now let's say that you had 5 years of that, right? In a world where women aren't approaching you because you're the man and you have to make it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's frustrating for sure.
Yeah.
Like when you told me first what you do, like, you know, you're a dating coach and you help guys to get women, blah blah blah, I was kind of, and then I was like, I don't know if I like that. But like now that I experience this from a man's perspective, I kind of like, I get it, you know.
Thank you.
Like, yeah, I get it now, and yeah.
Thank you. There you go. Right, it's tough. It's tough, and that's why I'm doing this video, to show people what it actually is like. That despite what society would like to say, there are advantages that come with being women. Okay, nobody has it completely easy in the world, but one advantage women have is that Men come up to you, you can sit back and you can pick and choose for the most part. Anyway, so that's basically it. This is the Tinder experiment. Hope you've gotten some value from it.